Welcome to my crafty mind for you. Today I'm going to be working with products using Nuvo Crystal Drops, a plastic dispenser, and a glass dispenser. What we're going to be doing today is applying Nuvo drops onto this glass dispenser and this plastic dispenser. Now you're going to need a palette knife of some kind. This is a paint palette knife. Anything you have will do, even if you have maybe even a little Q-tip, just a popsicle stick, anything that you have, even a knife at home, a butter knife. Just in case that we make a little mistake on our drop, we can just take it off right away and not have to worry about it later. The colors that we're going to be using today are Copper Penny. Again, these are Nuvo Crystal Drops by Nuvo. The number on this one, if you're interested, is 654N. We're going to be using a red berry color. The number on that is 667N. I have already begun to use the Nuvo drops on the glass dispenser just because I wanted a drying time to be able to give you that information in this video and not have to come back later and talk about the drying time. So a wipey or some paper towel, something a little bit damp, just in case you do have to scrape off one of the drops, you won't have to run back and forth from your table. Okay, without further ado, let's go down to my mat. So as I said before, I had already applied these little dots. I did remove one. I didn't like the way that it had actually dropped out on there. What you want to do is just squeeze gently and form a ball and just pick it up. You're going to get what looks like a little point. I hope you can see that. But as it begins to dry, the point will disappear and you're going to get this perfectly round ball shape. As you can see, it's already taken its form. These ones are dry, and I applied these about 45 minutes ago. They could still use some drying time, but they're not sticky. They don't feel damp at all. But I would let them dry 24 hours before I expose them to any kind of liquid or any kind of wiping. Now, I do not expect that these are good to be put in the dishwasher or soaked in soapy water. If you are going to be wiping, I would simply just take a white washcloth, whatever, to get the debris or whatever's on there, residue of any kind, and take it off. Within time, you may have to reapply a new Nuvo drop. Within time, these are going to chip, they're going to peel. Again, it's just crystal Nuvo drops. It's paint, basically. So let's get started. I'm going to remove this top so that I can maneuver my bottle here. And we'll start with this side. And I have started this pattern row by row, so every other is what I have done. And actually, I didn't start at the bend. I started right about at the top because I was worried that when I would begin to apply these, if I was going to get a drooping, and I'll show you what I mean, right here on this corner. I had it laid down so it kind of drooped down, so every little few minutes I would just pick it up and lay it down, pick it up and lay it down, so that it would get the round form that I wanted it to. So what I found best to do was to go ahead and just apply the ones that were going to be flat. That way they could dry, and when it came time to doing the corners or the rounded parts of the bottle, then to go ahead and do that when I would be able to sit there and hold it. So depending on how large or small you want your drop is how much you're going to squeeze. Now if you take notice, I want them really about this size. This one came out a little bit too big. I could live with that, but that's going to bug me because I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. So I'm going to remove that. And I have quite a mess here, so wipey comes in handy. And I should have mentioned, and I didn't mention, that before you begin to do this process, you want to take some vinegar, just some plain old vinegar will do, and you want to wipe your bottle down just to get off any kind of chemicals that they may have applied on the glass. You do want to use vinegar because vinegar does remove any kind of oils. You're not going to want that on your bottle. And so yeah, just however you want to do your dots, or if you want to do lines, zigzags, chevrons, little swirlies, or just multiple designs, this is what you do. You just squeeze the tube. Okay, so that's basically it. And I will leave it on this side to dry for about 45 minutes before I switch it over to the other side. Now you might be wondering, why didn't I do this little section here before? And that's because I have not yet decided if I want to go with dots or if I want to do a different pattern on this side. That's the reason for that. Now this one might be a little bit more tricky because it is round, but I think what's going to help me is going to be this little spout here, because that's going to help it from rolling. So this particular one, I'm going to do a test dot to make sure I'm going to air bubble. I'm going to go with my dots straight down. And I'm leaving about an inch between each dot. Now you have to remember, these are going to be, this particular one is going to be used in a bathroom, so it's going to be exposed quite a bit to moisture. So you do want to keep that in mind, that you may need to, in the future, like I said, be replacing your little dots. I don't want to do too many because I'm going to start having this drip effect, which I don't want. I might have gone a little high with this dot. I'm not sure if I want that there, but I'm going to leave it there for now and see. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that off, because when we turn this, we're going to be bumping that dot. And I'm going to see if I can just take it off with this wipe instead of using my palette knife. I guess I had the palette knife out. I wasn't sure what the drying time would be on this, and I didn't know how hard it would be to remove it. But if you remove it fairly quickly after you've applied it, you shouldn't have a problem getting it off at all. This particular dispenser is going to be in my little girl's bathroom. She's 6 years old. She'll be turning 7 in November. And we are moving into a new home. We're so excited. We've been working on this for a number of years now, and we've finally made it. So I've been doing my crafts out of my kitchen for the past 8 years, and in about 4 weeks now or less, I'm going to be having my own craft room. So I'm really excited about that. So this is pretty simple of a project. I would say even a young child could do. It's more like puff paint. If your children have ever played with puff paint, then it shouldn't be too hard for them to do it all. So I'm going to go ahead and let these sit here and dry for about 45 minutes, and I'm going to save you the pain of that. And again, I'd like to thank you for coming along to visit my channel, and we'll see you all soon. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, click on the bell, and that way you'll get updates of every new video that comes out. I'm going to try to be doing this regularly, at least 3 times a week. If not, I'd like to do it more. We shall see how that goes. I just wanted to give you an update on these dispensers. I have used them in my kitchen and in my bathroom, and I have not had any problems with them chipping, cracking, or any of the Nuvo drops falling off, and it's been 10 months now. So it is a great product, and it is very durable. Also, I want to just say thank you, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.